on the Facebook page and also on Instagram as well. Myself, Tom and Gordon with you. And just to start part 3, we do have to mention some really sad news, actually. Another stalwart of Pembrokeshire sport has left us. You may have read social media posts from Neyland Cricket Club and Neyland Rugby Club over the last few days, paying tribute to someone we've spoken to and heard from on Pure West Sport, and someone I remember interviewing with Bill Kahn many times as well. John Laugharne passed away, a stalwart of Neyland RFC and heavily involved with Neyland Cricket Club. We last heard from him actually on Pure West Sport when we were reviewing the Sport Pembrokeshire Awards from last year, because Tom, you actually interviewed him at Folly Farm, didn't you? Because he won the Chairman's Award in recognition for the great work he did locally.
Yeah, and he was great. I'd never crossed paths with him before then, but you just mentioned there about your Brian Hawkins and these characters that help sport come to life in Pembrokeshire. Well, they look after kind of the whole county, but you get the individuals in these clubs that are the kind of the soul of the club, and they pass down those values to all those future generations. And just talking with Johnny for 3 to 4 minutes, you realise just how important it is to have sport as a focal point for the communities. And it was a real honour to get to talk to him and understand why. And it was like, it's just something fun for everyone to do, and that was a wonderful thing.
And these clubs just wouldn't exist if it isn't for people like John. Gordon, Neyland RFC said on their post that the word legend is banded around too easily these days. If ever there was a man who deserved it in Neyland, it was John. He served the rugby club for more than 70 years as a player on the committee, and for 40 years as honorary secretary and fixture secretary before standing down recently. He's someone who will be greatly missed across Pembrokeshire and in Neyland in particular.
Yeah, he was a great man, to be honest with you, Ben. My path first crossed with John when I was playing youth rugby, and he was actually a youth rugby referee. Well, he did senior sides as well, but I always found him, he was so encouraging to younger people playing sport. That's what I found with John. Even when he was refereeing, you could see that he enjoyed participating, and he was always fair as well. And also in the latter days when I was covering the cricket down in Neyland, there was always a warm welcome from John. We'd have a cup of tea and a fag, he loved that, and a slice of cake, and talk about the good old days. But yeah, he was a popular fella, not only in Neyland but further afield as well, and he will be sorely missed. But he was a great sportsman, and he was a great administrator as well. So I send my condolences to all his family and everybody from the Neyland hub as well. We're all thinking of him, but he was a special man.
Absolutely. From us all here at Pure West Sport, we send our love to John's family. He will be greatly missed across the county, as Gordon said, and in Neyland, a place where they love their sport, they love their cricket, they love their rugby, their sides are so competitive, and he was one of the very best. So yeah, our best wishes from us all here at Pure West to John's family. And fitting perhaps that we finish the show tonight by talking local rugby, Gordon, and we're very much at the business end of the season, and actually we talk about the football season where things are pretty much done and dusted, certainly at the top, a few issues down the bottom of the table, but in the rugby there's quite a bit still up for grabs. And if we start in the Premiership, Narberth had that really important win over Bonamine, and we just hoped, could they go to Merthyr and pull something off? It wasn't to be, was it? They were well beaten, 78-17 by Merthyr.
Yeah, it just shows the gulf in the teams, to be honest with you. Narberth have battled all the way through the season, but I'm afraid when you come up against class, it'll always shine through. And unfortunately, Merthyr were ruthless on Saturday, scoring, I believe it was 78 points, and the Otters did struggle to live with them. But full credit to them. They've, you've got to go through these bad times to appreciate the good times, and I'm sure it will get better for the Otters in future seasons.
Yeah, I think it's going to be very hard. Still, I think 4 to play for Narberth.
Okay.
They've played 20 games. Bonamine are just above them in the table. Bonamine a point above them on 32, and margins are fine. And Narberth will say, if they'd only got that bonus point as well when they beat Bonamine, it would be level. The problem for Narberth now, Gordon, is it's not in their hands, is it? So they will need Bonamine to slip up.
Exactly. Once it's out of your hands, it's difficult, isn't it? You know, you're relying on other results to go in your favour, and that's never a good thing, Ben, to be honest with you. But as I said, you know, you are where you are in a table at the end of the season, and you're there for a reason, whether you're top or whether you're bottom.
Yeah, indeed. So we'll follow that to the end. Crimmick were beaten as well. They went to Llanelli Wanderers at the weekend. Another tough game, another long journey as well for Crimmick. That game ended 68-12 to the home side. Just before we talk about the result, just to let you know the table, Crimmick are 2 places above the bottom 2 relegation spots. Crimmick on 31 points. Gowerton on 30, Gorsinan on 28. Maesteg Quins have gone, they're well behind.
Okay.
The problem for Crimmick is that Gorsinan have played 2 games less, and Gowerton also have a game in hand. So again, it's not quite in their hands, is it?
No, it's a difficult end of season. They need to find something, a bonus point or a victory or something before, they and staying in that level is the other thing. You've got to be able to compete. It's difficult for any club or any side if you're having plenty of points put on the board against you. It's difficult for the boys' confidence. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And there's no easy fix, to be honest, Ben. You've got to go through it. We've all experienced some time in your career that things don't always go the way that you want it. And that's the way life is. That's the way sport is.
And I guess Crimmick will also say we're still in it. So that's the important thing. At this stage in the season, still in it. It doesn't matter. They've got the points on the board. So even though there are games in hand, points are on the board. So again, they're still fighting. And good luck to Crimmick as they finish the season. Loads of spirit at that club, as we know. It's in Division 1 West. It's an absolute procession for the title. It's going to be Aberystwyth or Tenby. They're so far clear. And tell you what, statement wins for the 2 as well. And again, Fraser and I spoke about Tenby last week, and we said the margins are so fine. Tenby will be able to point to occasions where they could have just got that point. They're a point behind Aberystwyth. Aber won 81-5 at home to Vellenvoll. Tenby thrashed St Clair's 51-0. It almost is irrelevant. All that matters is the run-in. And next Saturday, Tenby go to Vellenvoll away, and you feel Tenby will win that. And is there just a glimmer that Aberystwyth could be beaten or could drop points away to mid-table Kidwelly, Gordon? Any hope there, do you think?
Well, as I said, they both play an exceptional rugby this season, and they both deserve to win the title, don't they? But only one will win it. But what's interesting is, Ben, once the season finishes, they've got to play each other in the Pembrokeshire Knockout Cup.
They have.
So in Aberyron, it's not the last they're going to see of each other this season. So that final should be a cracker as well. And the finale of the league is it's anyone's guess who's going to win it. They both deserve it, as I said, but only one will win it.
Yeah, and they're going to really need Kidwelly to do them a favour. You never know. It's hard though, isn't it? Because sides with nothing to play for are just that. They've got nothing to play for. They might not be full strength.
Exactly.
Let's just before we finish, because we are painfully running out of time, unfortunately. A quick mention for Milford United in Division 2. It's been a difficult season for Milford, but they kept themselves alive. They stay bottom, but they had a big win against Lucker, 42-19, which was great to see.
Yeah, it was great for Milford Haven. The Mariners, as I said, it is ruthless when you're playing sides that from further west and getting results. But that was a cracking win against Lucker on Saturday. Yeah. That just shows the spirit that's within the Mariners camp. So well done to those lads, and it looks as though they might just stay in that division as well. And after a good season of training and a few of the players being recruited, they could lift themselves up the table even further next season. That's the
absolutely right. Yeah, and Gord, we know you're a Haverfordwest man. A 3-point win, 33-30 away to Cardigan. That was some game.
Points galore there as well. I mean, the try count was well in favour for Haverfordwest, but it was it was poised at 30 points all when Liam Eaton stepped up to kick the winning penalty in the 80th minute to snatch victory away from Cardigan, 33-30. Cruel for Cardigan, but jubilation for the Blues. It's always good to see games go into the wire.
Yeah, indeed. And just to wrap up, a win for Narberth Athletic. They beat Crimmock Development 38-5, and also Langham were beaten by 2 points at home to Llanybother. Don't forget pembrokeshiresport.co.uk. Loads of match reports and details and great photos as well from the weekend's rugby. Gordon, thank you. Enjoys your company this evening. The first team to win the title in Division 1 in the Pembrokeshire Football League in the 1901 season.
They're no longer with us, so I'm not really worried about that one, Ben.
Milford United was the answer. Milford United,
was it
Gordon.
Milford United, was it?
It was indeed, yeah.
I remember them winning the Senior Cup four times in a row, late 60s. Late 50s, early 60s.
There we are. Yeah. So listen, we've got to go. Don't forget to get your tickets for our 7th birthday party. Head to the Facebook page right now. Details are there. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Gordon. Enjoyed your company. The Red Thread is next on Pure West Radio. Good night.
Pure West Radio, your sound for